All right, so we're just talking about three pretty simple ideas here in mathematics. I just want to go over this just to make sure there's no confusion about this. When in mathematics, we're pretty specific about our terminology and what we're doing, and there's three things that I think get confused quite often, and you understanding when you're doing what I think helps you be able to understand your mathematics a little bit better and why we're doing it. So three things I want to go over: evaluate, simplify, and solve. So when you see directions that say, hey, evaluate the following, what does that really mean? Or simplify the following, what does that mean? Or solve. So we're just going to start, let's just start with evaluating here. So when we evaluate something, we always start with an expression. Okay, so an expression is a bunch of numbers and variables with no equal sign. So let's just say we had like 2 plus 3x minus 4 times 6. And this is an expression. If I was evaluating this, I would say to plug in x for x when x is equal to like 1. And so what that's meaning, when we say evaluating, you have to have this instruction with it because it's telling you to take that x and replace it with a 1 instead. So we'd have 2 plus 3. And then when we're evaluating, I'll use parentheses just to make sure I have the right thing here. Minus 4 times 6. And then I can just go from there. I would simplify this now. Does that make sense? But evaluating is actually plugging it in and then go ahead and simplify once you've done that. So evaluating is plugging a value in for your variable. Okay? Simplifying. So if you're simplifying something, so why is that not working right? Okay, we're good. All right, no, well, simplify. So if I'm simplifying something, all I want to do is combine like terms. So I think of this as like combining like values or like terms. And so if I go to combine, I mean I can combine something like 2 plus 3 minus 6. So I could do that. By doing that, I get minus 1. That would be simplifying. Or I can simplify things that have like variables in it. So if I had like 2x minus 4 plus 10x, then when I go to simplify this, I can simplify things with my x's together. So I'd have 12x minus 4. I try to combine anything that's like, and that's as far as I could simplify this expression. Okay? So that's simplifying. And then the third thing is when I go to solve. Solving always involves some sort of equation instead of expression. Okay, so we probably should have went over expression. So again, this is an expression right here. An expression that has numbers and variables. And then to solve, I'm actually going to put the equals with it. So like if I had 12x plus 6 equals, let's just say, I don't know, 18 or something like that. If I was to go, this one would have to be to solve. When I solve, I'm always trying to get the variable or the unknown by itself. Okay? So for this one, you guys have done this a bunch. I'd subtract the 6 and I get 12. And then 12x over here, and then divide, and I get x equal to 1. Okay, so this process is what we call solving. But we can only solve something when it has an equation. And I know it's a technicality, but that's what we're doing there. When we're doing this, we're simplifying. Because see how we start with no equal signs? We're not actually solving. Solving is like a shortcut process for trying to know what does this x have to be to make this equation correct. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we've got equations with equal signs, expressions which are just variables and numbers. And when we evaluate, we're going to plug something in. Solving is like the process to find out what x is without having to sit there and guess and check. Again, it's like a shortcut. You guys have learned the shortcut, but it's the process to find out what x is. And then simplifying is just combining all our like values. All right, adios.